There's an unwritten rule in the American Navy stating that black individuals can only swim on Tuesdays. However, this black man is determined to break that rule. He strides forward with his head held high, ignoring the objections of those around him, and resolutely jumps into the sea. Upon witnessing this, the commander immediately orders his capture. Surrounded by numerous white soldiers, he remains fearless and displays incredible swimming ability, effortlessly leaving them behind by dozens of meters. In the end, he is the first to reach the buoy, symbolizing victory. Fight on, Carl. Don't make promises. Just show us through your actions. When things get tough, don't abandon me. His father gave him a radio, engraved with a message that would never fade. Carrying his father's beliefs and expectations, Carl embarked on his military career. However, reality turned out to be far different from his dreams. In the American barracks, black soldiers were limited to just 3 options: becoming a cook or serving as an officer's attendant. Carl could have chosen to leave the army altogether, but he refused to accept defeat. Determined to carve his own path, he took bold action to challenge long-standing prejudices. His defiance earned him half a month of confinement, yet it also caught the attention of the commander. The colonel recognized Carl's exceptional talent and made an unprecedented decision. He promoted him to second-class search and rescue sailor. Though his duties remained small, he now had the qualification to enter the water. Before Carl could even share the good news, the hull suddenly shook violently. A helicopter transporting supplies malfunctioned and plunged into the sea. Although the commander successfully rescued the captain, it was too late. He had already lost his breath. Meanwhile, the co-pilot's fate remained uncertain, his condition unknown. The commander ordered another soldier to begin a search and rescue mission, but on the second day, disaster struck. The soldier's old foot rope suddenly snapped, causing him to plunge into the sea before he could even secure a snorkel. To make matters worse, standby divers were not prepared to assist. Carl witnessed everything unfold before his eyes. He firmly believed that if he could become a diver, he could change his fate. Although Sandai ultimately succeeded in the rescue and saved his own life, the doctor delivered devastating news. Both of his lungs had suffered a severe air embolism. His diving career was over. For the chief officer of the Navy, being unable to dive was akin to a death sentence. Sandai refused to accept such a fate. In a fit of frustration, he grabbed the urinal and caused an uproar in the army hospital, leading to severe punishment. His repeated disciplinary violations and defiance of superior orders resulted in his transfer to the diving school as an instructor. At this moment, the legendary man who had once saved countless lives had fallen from his former glory. Yet, despite it all, Carl refused to abandon his dream of becoming a diver. Determined, he asked the colonel for a letter of recommendation and vowed to rise again, this time as the chief curator. In the end, all the white soldiers were forced to abandon the pursuit. No one could have predicted that this bold act by the black man would go on to transform the entire maritime force of the United States. Carl was born into an ordinary rural family. His father, determined that Carl would not follow in his footsteps, sent him to the Navy when he reached adulthood, urging him to carve out his own path in the world. Although the diving school had never admitted a black cadet before, the colonel promised to help Carl get introduced. Thanks to his unique vision, he would go on to cultivate the first black hero in the United States Navy. In the blink of an eye, 2 years passed. During that time, Carl wrote hundreds of cover letters, tirelessly seeking an opportunity. Finally, on this day, he received a response. However, upon arriving to report, he faced immediate rejection from the soldiers at the warport. Even the seasoned instructors, spanning 3 generations, regarded him with disdain. But Carl understood, if he wanted their respect, he would have to earn it.